Welcome to another TNA review, people. Alright, so here's how it goes. There has been a little bit of too much talking, and when there is too much talking, then you know the deal. I keep it as short as I can. I don't paraphrase everything. I might skip a few lines, maybe even an entire segment. The ones that I felt were unnecessary to do, I completely skipped those out. But I don't think I skipped any though. I have skipped lines in the promos, so yeah, let's get Brother Nero. It is over. Sorry about that. But anyways, the show opens up, or the show kicks off with the miracle. We see Maria and Mike Bennett in the ring, which means they will talk. Am I the only one that has noticed that Mike Bennett is trying to copy CM Punk? I've noticed that in his mic work. He's really trying. I don't know if he's trying because Mike Bennett, that's pretty much how he talks. That's how he has been his whole fucking life. So I wouldn't really say. So I wouldn't really say he's copying CM Punk, but he comes off as CM Punk. Like, yeah, that's the right word. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. He comes off as CM Punk. But anyways, Maria is the first one to do the talking, and Maria basically thanks Billy Corgan for doing what he did last week, and tells the audience to enjoy her show. With Dixie Carter being absent, and so she sort of has the power and thinks she runs the show. Okay, because if you remember last week, Billy Corgan told her to step down for a bit, Dixie, take a break, and then Mike Bennett says he has a golden ticket to the World Heavyweight title and is gonna cash it in at Destination X, which is I think next week or the week thereafter, if I'm not mistaken. And not only be the greatest X Division champion, but the greatest World Heavyweight champion. And for that, I'm saying, Mike Bennett, you need a miracle to be those two. Okay, you haven't even done like an inch in TNA, to which I can say, yeah, you're great, or not great, but yeah, you're good as how you were in Ring of Honor, because you're completely watered the fuck down right now. But yeah. And then he starts to insult Lashley by saying how Lashley isn't him, how Lashley isn't half the man Mike Bennett is, yada yada. And then Lashley comes out. Lashley says that Mike is half the man Lashley is, because look at Mike, look at Lashley. Lashley's a big dude, using all that protein shake, that C4, what is it? What's the other thing? Protein bars, creatine. What's the other thing? There's another thing. There are a few other things. Yeah, so he doesn't use steroids, by the way. He's all supplements. His muscle, he has a supplemental muscle, okay? Just in case you were wondering, that guy doesn't fucking juice, okay? He has legit muscles, okay? All due to protein shakes and all that other fucking shit they use, which works. It works. So I would suggest you use supplements instead of juicing or whatever the fuck they do right now. They do nowadays to get big, okay, because that will fuck you up. It's gonna make you big, but it will fuck you up when you get a little bit older. Yeah, so he says that Mike Bennett is half the man he is, because look at you, look at me, and then he says that Mike is just an afterthought because he destroys everyone. He's the destroyer. He fucking destroys everyone. He destroyed Drew, he destroyed Kurt Angle, the list goes on. And then Mike says he hopes the three of them tear each other apart. He hopes they kick each other's asses and doesn't care if it's Ethan or Drew either way. He is going to Destination X and cash in the title and take the heavyweight championship. Speaking of cashing in, I don't know how I really feel about this option C things. People are already saying they copy it from WWE Money in the Bank, but here's the thing: a lot of fucking companies do that shit. Okay, there's a lot of shit that so many companies copy from other companies or promotions or whatever. So this whole thing with that company copies that is just doesn't matter because they all do pretty much the same thing, you know, just with a different concept. That's the whole thing. Because you have the ass kissing company called WWE with their money in the bank, they get a briefcase, they cash it in. You have the amazing Lucha Underground who now has this gift of the gods things, which is fucking amazing and fucking creative. It's like a belt where these wrestlers have to win medallions, so they like put it into the belt, and that's like forms it the gift of the gods, and they can use that belt to cash in or hand it over to get a main a world title shot. So there you go. Lucha Underground is another one that does this whole cash in thing, but just with a different concept. So enough with the whole copy this, copy that, copy. It's over fucking rated. Okay, every company copies from each other. You know how many shit WWE has copied from WCW, how many stuff WCW has copied from ECW or whatever the hell. Okay, this thing goes on for centuries. Okay, so enough with the copy this, copy that. It's all the same, people. It's all the fucking same. Okay. Now where was I? Holy shit, yeah. Then EC3 comes out after that. EC3 says this is about one thing only, and that is the World Heavyweight title. I want it, Drew wants it, Mike Bennett wants it, but Lashley has it. And tonight he takes back the World Heavyweight Championship. Then Lashley says tonight he's gonna beat up EC3 and make all the people realize that he's not as tough as he makes the people believe he is. Thank you for saying that, Lashley, because he's indeed not as tough as he thinks he is or looks or make people believe. God damn it, fucking John Cena of TNA. And then Mike says he doesn't care what either of the two say. When the time is right, he's gonna cash in and take the World Heavyweight title. And then Billy Corgan comes out, of course. Billy Corgan says he grants Mike Bennett the X Division title because he made a good case of it. If you have watched last week's show, then you know what Billy Corgan is talking about, which I'm really glad that I'm not the only one who didn't agree with this whole Mike Bennett winning the X Division title, because it was so fucking rushed, made no fucking sense. Okay, it was just terrible writing and booking, like holy shit. But anyways, it had to come to this, I guess. But then EC3 says he suggests that everybody in the X Division has a shot to main event Destination X, and it happens tonight. And then Mike says he won the title fair and square, bullshit. He doesn't need a match until Destination X. And then Billy says the legacy of the title is that it needs to be defended. So why not tonight? He says tonight is gonna be an X Division Battle Royal, and the winner of that match will face Mike Bennett. Interesting. And then Mike jumps EC3 with Lashley helping him, and of course Drew Galloway came down the ring. They start to brawl, and Drew Galloway accidentally hit the Claymore to EC3. So that's how that feud ended. It was like 40 minutes of talking. Holy shit, it sounded like a fucking Raw openings or something. But good promo though, good promo. It was long, but all three men did a good job on the microphone. Really good promo. I was gonna say something though. Yeah, Mike Bennett, the Miracle. Speaking of this whole Miracle thing, faction or whatever you wanna call it, it's honestly only going to work. This whole Miracle faction is only going to work. I only see it really working, getting over, if TNA were to bring in Matt Taven. Because Matt Taven, he was a tag team partner with Matt Taven back in Ring of Honor, where he had his faction, where Mike Bennett had a faction, the Kingdom, and that faction was over as fuck. Okay, the t-shirts were selling, everything was right, everything was good, the fans liked him as a heel or face, it didn't matter, he was doing, which is why I kept saying that Mike Bennett is a good wrestler, he's a good wrestler and a good talker, but he's just watered down in TNA. That's always the case when indie wrestlers go from indie to mainstream, they always, you see them do less. I still don't get why they do that, but yeah, if they were to bring over Matt Taven, I think there might be a chance that this miracle faction might get over. Reason why is because the fans would like Matt Taven because he's the guy that does all the high flying stuff and all the awesome moves and such. So they would like him, and if they were to like him, they would, like, automatically like the whole group, the whole miracle faction. So that's the only way I see it being over. But as for now I don't see this whole catchphrase, yes we do or we can, or whatever it is he says. I don't see the crowd doing that unless he turns face, of course. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It would be really nice if they brought in Matt Taven, though Matt Taven is an awesome fucking wrestler. But anyways, after that we have a knockouts match for the knockouts title with Sienna, Allison Kay, My Lady versus Gail Kim. I'm a little bit disappointed because this match felt really rushed. It was short as fuck. It was good. Moves has been done. Gail Kim, of course, was able to move around Sienna, knowing how big Sienna is. But that's one reason why Gail Kim is such a good wrestler, because no matter with who you put her in that ring, she will be able to work with that person. That's how good of a wrestler Gail Kim is. She's gonna put it to work no matter who she's in with. I mean, you've seen it with Awesome Kong. They kill it almost each time. So who's Sienna? But yeah, the match was rushed. It should have been a lot better, and I know it would be a lot better, but it was rushed. It was a rushed match, so it was short. But during the match, Jade came in to basically attack Ali, and then of course you had Marty Bell that came out next and attacked Jade. They did protect Gail Kim, though Sienna won, but they did protect Gail Kim because she was sort of distracted by Ali, and that's how Sienna was able to do her finisher and got the 3 count. So that was that. I did like it though, but I'm just a little bit disappointed, But anyways, after that we get a little backstage segment where we see Matt Hardy on a wheelchair, Rebby pushing him, of course, and then he says his condition is broken and that it's not over between him and Brother Nero. I love it when he says over, it's not over. I really fucking love this fucking character, man. I don't know why people bitch about it. You want something new, you got something new, and now you're bitching. How long have we seen Matt Hardy for the Matt Hardy that he is and has been? To me, he is fucking killing it. He's nailing it with this character. Okay, I love it. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I love it. Okay. So let me go to the next part. A lot of talking. Well, not really a lot, but there have been a few segments that's been long. But after that, we get a fact of life segment. Yeah, we all love that, don't we? Speaking of dummy, I ordered one of Eli Drake's t-shirts, by the way, the dummy. So yeah, I can't wait for that to fucking arrive. I'm gonna fucking rock that t-shirt. And when I'm gonna walk in it into town and stuff, people will look at me and have no fucking idea what the fuck the whole dummy thing means, because they're stupid, and that's not an insult, and that's just a fact of life. Yeah. Eli Drake says everywhere he goes there's dummies here, dummies there, dummies everywhere. Okay, a lot of dummies, a whole world of dummies. Everybody's a dummy to him. Okay, even us, we're dummies. Yeah. No, we're not. We're loyal fans. Okay, we support this motherfucker. We like him, so we're not his dummies. People that don't support him are his dummies. Okay. Every now and then I gotta go home and be charged, because after I've been whooping Keister all over the United States and across the world, sometimes you gotta go home. Go back to your roots and get a little recharge, and that is exactly what I did. So I went back had a beer with my father and some friends, And he said something about his father making great potatoes, something like that. Because I started to get lost in this segment because he really talks fast. You know, that's how fluent he is. He talks so quickly without tripping over his words and such. This guy is so fucking amazing. But then he calls out James Storm, with James Storm being his guest. And then Eli says, "I'm standing here as king of the mountain, Eli Drake. You've been here since day one. You've done a lot of things in TNA. You've been champion. Any championship that's here, you had. I just want to know if you share the same sentiment a guy like Eli Drake holding the King of the Mountain title." And from this moment on, I was lost in the segment because a lot of stuff was said. They started even interacting with the crowd. You had James Storm saying that, calling him Eli Dork, and then you had the crowd started chanting Eli Dork, which was amazing. As long as the crowd interacts and responds, then that is a fucking good sign. That right there is a fucking good sign, which means it's working and they're gonna go with it, you know, because you're gonna have the crowds from now on chanting Eli Dork. It's coming, it's coming. So yeah, then you had James Storm that wanted to do a beer drinking contest he said like, each time Eli Drake were to push that button, they were to drink, you know. But of course, Eli Drake didn't want to drink beer, and then he pulls out a fucking bottle of water, you know. And then the crowd was booing, and then he was like, "You're booing water." And I was like, yeah, why the hell do you boo water? That's like the best fucking thing in this fucking world. Water does a lot of things that other stuff don't do. There is so much that water does that other stuff do not do. Believe me, water is that fucking perfect, okay? You probably won't even need medicine. If you just drink water on a daily basis and you know how much, then that shit heals you like a motherfucker. Trust me on that, okay? So yeah, of course things went out of hand. You know, Eli Drake started to say a bunch of shit, and then he like told James Storm to go away because the segment was over. And of course James Storm said, yeah, he will go, but the two will cross paths and he's gonna beat him. And then Eli Drake like throws the beer on one of the beers out of the ring and tells him, while you're going, take this with you. And he throws the beer, and yeah, you know, that was fucking trouble. So Eli Drake then was busy closing off, you know, saying this and saying that, and that was this segment of Fact of Life, blah blah blah. And so you had James Storm delivering the last call to Eli Drake, with James Storm in closing saying, "I don't need a button to say sorry about your damn luck." This has been Eli Drake's best Fact of Life segment. This has been the best one yet. Okay, this one was really fucking good. This one was the highlight of the show in my opinion. This was really fucking good. Seriously, one of his best fucking Fact of Life segments ever. It was fucking good. It worked. James Storm is good. James Storm is a good talker as well. I don't hear a lot of people say it a lot though, but yeah, I need to mention him more because James Storm is good on the microphone as well. He's another one of the guys though, really underrated though. Yeah. After that, we get a backstage segment with Bram and Rosemary. Rosemary, you know, sort of trying to convince him, still try to convince him to join him, and then Rosemary like jumps on his lap, teasing him and shit. I'm pretty sure Bram, you know, got hard because I know I would have gotten hard. I mean, really, a chick like that jumps on your laps. Yeah. After that, we have an in-ring segment which featured Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, Brother Nero, because apparently it is not over. I'm really enjoying this. I'm gonna miss it when it's over though. After this one, I'm really gonna miss it because actually last week when they had the 6 Sides of Steel match, that actually should have been the last feud. It should have ended right there, you know. But let's go into this segment and see what comes next. So yeah, Rorabi, of course, coming out with Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy wants her to, drive him around the ring, and while she's doing that, he talks to the creatures, insulting him, saying how he is why Jeff Hardy is so popular. He made the brand, the name Hardy, etc., etc. And then he calls out Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy then comes out. Matt Hardy again insulting, talking shit, telling him that there is one last thing that he needs. Then Jeff Hardy asks him what it is that he needs. Then Matt says he needs one more match and he must win it. And that he needs 6 weeks to recover. And then they'll have one last match. He needs 6 weeks to recover. And then Rebby starts talking, starts insulting him, yelling at him, basically distracting him. And then Matt Hardy attacks him from behind. We all saw that one coming, right? So yeah, pretty much. I don't think he 6 months is 6 weeks is definitely not what he needs to recover, because he already was recovered. Of course, we already knew that. Yeah, then Matt Hardy starts attacking him, fighting him, hitting him with a chair, throwing him at the steel steps, throwing him back in the ring. And then Matt Hardy says that the last match they will have will not be at the Impact Zone. It will be at where's the place they live? Anyways, the place where they live, right? The match is gonna be there. It's gonna be some kind of Armageddon match, I think. And I gotta tell you, I have seen footage of this match, and from the looks of it, this is going to be one hell of a fucking match. The footage I have seen, yeah, this is gonna be crazy shit. Trust me on this one. I think it's probably already swirling around Twitter or Facebook or whatever. So if you might probably come across it, and it's fucking crazy. Yeah, I think I saw fireworks and all of that shit. It's fucking unbelievable. So I definitely cannot wait for this match. So this is definitely going to be the last match. Definitely going to end the feud once and for all. So yeah, that was that segment. I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. This is gonna be crazy. These two. Matt Hardy is of course underrated, but we shouldn't leave him out of the whole crazy stunt shit, because he does a lot of crazy stunts as well. Of course Jeff Hardy takes even bigger risks, but Matt Hardy also does. So we shouldn't leave him out though. Credit to both of these amazing athletes that put their bodies on the line and still are able to get up the next day. It probably take hell a lot of fucking painkillers or aspirins, I'm pretty sure of that, but doesn't matter. The fact that they're still able to do this in so long, because these guys wrestled. How long do these guys already wrestle? Like, I don't know. I need to go look up their ages, but yeah, man, really, really lots of credits to these fucking amazing talent. They gave us one hell of a childhood. Now we're adults, and we still get to see them do what the fuck they do best. It's crazy. This is really crazy. So if WWE were to call these guys for a Hall of Fame, hey, I won't even be mad. So after that, we get the X Division Battle Royale, which featured Rockstar Spot, Sutter, Trevor Lee, Eddie Edwards, Andrew Everett, Mark Andrews or Mandrews, and DJ Z. Entertaining match, of course. I mean, you put a bunch of high flyers in a ring and you'll have magic. Yeah, so that's how you can label these cruiserweights. Magic happens when these guys go in a ring. Okay. Of course, not a lot of high flying stuff was happened. I don't think high flying stuff happened at all, to be honest. DJC was more the one that did some cool stuff, I think, and Mark Andrews a little bit, but the rest of the guys were just wrestling a bit average. But it was a really entertaining match. Okay, no complaints at all. But Sutter won this match. So he was the one to face Mike Bennett. The match happened immediately, and yeah, of course, Mike Bennett won that match. Was really, yeah, I don't know. Mike Bennett, yeah. But yeah, Mike Bennett won that match, so he's there retained and gets to cash in or whatever at Destination X. And speaking of Destination X, knowing that it's the week after next week, why hasn't TNA really done? I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it because that is gonna be a complaint, though. I mean, Destination X is coming up, and they haven't really put it to work with these X Division people, with these X Division wrestlers. TNA does it all the time, man. They have really let down the X Division, if you ask me. You know, and they keep saying it, how the X Division is the center of TNA, how the X Division is the whole deal, this and that, but yet they don't really put in much effort into showcasing, you know, these wrestlers, these X Division guys. I don't get it. But anyways, after that we had a 6-man tag with Tribunal and Oslo against Grado, Shira, and the Dinosaur Cyrus. This was an entertaining match as well. Of course, Tyrus was the whole guy in this match. Oslo with his fucking whistle. Fucking funny. I mean, you need a little comedy act in a wrestling show, let's be honest. But Tyrus got the win for the team. I'm loving Tyrus right now. I'm really loving the badass character he has right now. You know, if they take this guy serious, and of course, if he does a little bit more on with his in-ring work ethic, I think he would be a really good heel world champion. You know, this guy is a tough guy, you know, because when he was over at the Ass Kissing Company, they got him dancing, doing all this stuff where you barely couldn't take this guy serious or take him as a badass guy. But now that he's in TNA, they gave him this character. He has this serious look, this serious attitude, a persona. Now I can take him serious. Now I can take him for a freaking bad guy, a freaking badass. So I think if he goes work a little bit more on his in-ring wrestling, his in-ring skill, his skill set, then yeah, I think he can be world champion worthy, and he will do it really well, knowing that knowing the badass that he is. After that, we had the main event: EC3 versus Drew Galloway versus Lashley. Now, at first, the match was a bit boring, but later on in the match, a little bit at the ending, that's where the match started getting really fast paced, and of course Lashley got the win, which honestly I'm really happy he did, because I would be really upset if the title would go to EC3 again. Actually, I'm still upset that it's on Lashley, but I see what they're trying to do here, so I'm still keeping an open mind to this whole thing, but I'm glad it isn't on EC3 again, you know. But yeah, it was a good match. It was a solid match, okay. Lashley got to spear both guys, Drew and Ethan, so he got the win. So that was about it. It's over. This review, it's over. Next week, you will see me again with another review. The Brother Nero. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but thank you for watching, though. Thank you for watching. If you've liked my review, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Please do that so a lot more people can see this, can see my boring ass. But I'm telling you, my reviews, me doing YouTube reviews, will never be over. Okay, so I'm doing this to get over with you guys that are watching. And yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to say something. I also ordered one of Alison K, her t-shirts, Sienna, her t-shirts. And that's the thing, you don't only need to support them by watching them, but also try to support them with what they're selling, because then you're supporting them personally, you know. because then the money gets right straight into their fucking account. Okay, so that was about it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like, seriously, hit the like button if you like my review. I'm trying to be a lot more entertaining than usual because, you know, nothing keeps a viewer from having a bad review or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So see you guys next week for another TNA review. Creatures, loud up.